Welcome to the second of 3 videos on the testing of the Fourier transform lab. In this video, I'll be focusing on objectives 2, 3, 4, and 6. These are to do with the creating sine waves menu as well as importing sound files. Logging in with the account I previously created in video 1 of test with password test 123 exclamation mark. We successfully log in and are meted with the main menu. Pressing create sine wave opens the create sine wave menu. Pressing back returns back to the main menu. Going back into the main menu, we can see pressing add sine wave adds sine waves. I can keep doing this up to a maximum of 9, where I'm greeted with an error saying I can only reach up to 9 sine waves. I can also get rid of these sine waves in any order I wish to do so. I can get rid of all of these, or add them back in, or get rid of one and add the one. The order doesn't matter. Now, adding 3 sine waves just for a test, giving them a frequency of 20 Hz, 40 Hz, and 2 Hz, attempting to superpose the waves, we see all frequencies must be between 20 Hz and 20,000 Hz. Putting this to a frequency within that range, such as 60, however, putting the amplitude of this one as 8, which should be invalid, we now get a different error, saying the amplitude must be between 0 and 1. Putting this to a amplitude which is valid, however changing the phase shift to this as a invalid number, attempting to plot sine waves now, the phase shift must be between 0 and 360. As you can see, this will only work if all values are valid at once. Attempting to superpose waves now, we get a superposition of the waves plotted out in front of us. We can also save it as a .wav file, naming it test file and saving it to my desktop. The WAV file is saved successfully and it is now here on my desktop. We'll come back to that later. Plotting individual waves, I can also view each individual wave I chose to make on its own axis, each with 4 cycles showing. Adding more waves, you can now make a new superposition or even plot the waves again, each showing in its own axis. I could do this up to a maximum of 9 waves with any frequency I wish to do so. And the waves will be plotted out. Now, returning back to the main menu and attempting to import a sound file, I will attempt to import a file we have just saved, testfile.wav. As we can see, it is plotted out in front of us, this time in a discrete form, as it has changed format from continuous to a .wav file. Now, closing this, we can look at the question mark button, telling us the file format for the import sound file function. Attempting to import in a file which does not meet this requirement, such as this WAV file which I have saved previously, will result in an error message saying the format is not recognized. This has been the end of video 2, showing the functionality of objectives 2, 3, 4, and 6.